Three, two, one. Yeah!
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir. Amen. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with a very special video. We got the Anime Wars Naruto versus Bleach.
Yo, hey man, we say it all the time. What a time to be an anime fan, but in this case, what a time to be a subscriber of this channel. I'm not gonna lie, it's always a movie we get to do these. But like he said, we got a very special video today. We got the Anime Wars Naruto versus Bleach. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that go into judging an anime, especially when it comes to two legendary animes like these. But of course, same as usual, we're gonna use our five fingers of death. And if you're not new, then you already know what's up. But if you are new, then Crollo, you want to let them know what the five fingers are?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? The five fingers of death are the five categories that we deem the most important when it comes to grading in anime. You know what I'm saying? The first one, story writing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, how hard did the story hit? You know what I'm saying? Incidents of story writing versus stretches of story writing. You know what I'm saying? Our second finger, characters. Gotta have good characters. You know what I'm saying? Quality versus quantity. You feel me? Things of that nature. Relatability is our third finger. You feel me? How relatable are the characters? How relatable is the anime itself? And is it on a silver platter for you where the relatability is right in your face, or do you have to dig for it? You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, hell yeah.
Our fourth finger, scene execution. You know what I'm saying? Hype scenes, vanilla scenes, animation, music, fights itself, the choreography, everything that ties into what makes a scene as amazing as it is. How well did they execute that? You know what I'm saying? And last but certainly not least, creativity. You know what I'm saying? How creative is the anime itself? How creative is the world? And how creative are the characters? You know what I'm saying? How original is it?
Yeah. Hey man, that's the five fingers. I'm not gonna lie, like he said, there's a lot of amazing things, but those are the five things that matter the most. Just starting with the very first finger, story writing. I'm not gonna lie. Whew. Now this is the big three. It really doesn't matter either way you want to go. It's a fire and peak either way. But I guess just starting with Naruto, the story follows a boy who got a demon fox sealed into him when he was a jit, and his parents died, saving his life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, just watching where it progressed from there. Naruto was amazing. He ended up on Team Seven with Sakura and Sasuke and Kakashi, and where it led to, we all know the story from there. But the story of Naruto is just truly amazing. Like, there's not really any holes you can say if you want to nitpick. But I think what's really amazing about Naruto is it told two stories in one. Like, it really told three. It told Naruto's story. It told the story of Naruto as the entire world, and then it also told Sasuke's story. Like, I think it was very amazing how it did all three. But then you want to go to the other side. Bleach is amazing too. Like, the story writing in Bleach was amazing too. And just like Naruto, it was really just a stretch behind the main character. It had incidents after incidents, but it really kind of tunneled in on the main character himself. And this one was Ichigo. Like, Ichigo's story is truly fantastic from the moment he met Rukia all the way to the Thousand Year Blood War. But just looking at the arcs individually, like the Soul Society, the Espada arc, like those shits were flawless. It even gave us villains like Aizen and etc. That kind of bleeds into characters, but their stories were all amazing. It's almost like every character in Bleach had an individual story while it focusing on Ichigo's story. So just like that, Bleach's story was fantastic. But
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Now, Naruto's story, the fact that it's literally three different stories in one, like, that's huge, especially given how well they executed all three of them. Like, to the point where there's a whole discourse between who's the better character between Naruto and Sasuke. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact that that's even a narrative that was painted just tells you how well they did both stories combined. And then, especially when they combined it all, like,
Hell yeah.
it made it truly spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Like, let alone the rest of the world, the rest of their stories tying into Naruto's story or tying into Sasuke's story, like Obito, Gaara, like these characters that have these insane in-depth stories of their own that tie in directly to Naruto's. It truly is a masterpiece when you want to talk story writing. You know what I'm saying? Bleach is also a masterpiece, which is what makes this difficult because it's kind of the same in the sense that everyone's individual stories tie straight into Ichigo's story, but Ichigo's story itself is the clear cut focal point throughout the entirety of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
It's
yeah.
really about him discovering really who he is when you want to talk about him specifically in his story. You know what I'm saying? But those stretches of story that we get in these individual arcs were also amazing. Like as you said, we got insane villains, Aizen, Yowatch, like these characters that are in depth in their own right, and then
Bro, even
pile that on.
Zangief.
So for this one, I am leaning Naruto.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Really?
because like their stories, Naruto and Sasuke stories especially, like
Mm.
I feel like there's so much more detail. Like Bleach definitely had the detail as well, but I feel like Naruto, when you want to talk about adding the other characters into those two characters' stories, like I feel like it was more like they gave us more. It almost feels like.
Okay, I respect that shit. For me, I'm kind of leaning Bleach, kind of for a similar reason. Like, I really love how they told Ichigo's story and everything around it. Like, especially, I just thought about Zangetsu too. Like, I don't know, man. Ichigo's story to me was just really spectacular, and everyone else, how they tied in everyone around them, like Team Ichigo, Rukia, all the other characters. Like, I think it's amazing. Like, it's tough because this is Naruto we're talking about, but this is also Bleach we're talking about. Like, I'm swaying towards Bleach, but it's not by much. Like, if I had to put a number on it, I'm probably going 53-47 Bleach for story writing.
I'm basically the exact opposite. I'll probably say 55-45 Naruto.
Shit. Okay.
Oof.
Hey, it's 1-1 for story writing.
Shit, you want to just call it a tie then? Because it's basically the same numbers wise, but in opposite directions.
Yeah, we can. We can. For story writing, we can. Because I can't really go. I can't necessarily say Naruto, and I'm sure you're the same way.
Yeah, like, ooh, let us know in the comments because we clearly
Yeah.
couldn't come to a consensus on that one. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, but that's story writing.
that's story writing for you. Now, moving on to the second finger characters. This one is very interesting because Naruto's bag of characters is very large when you want to
It's
talk about the number
very
of the
deep.
characters. It's huge. But not all of them really got that depth, that quality to them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the characters they have quality, but they didn't give us that much of them. You know what I'm saying? Like a Rock Lee, for example, his quality is through the fucking roof, and what we got was amazing, but we didn't get that much of him. Like we could have gotten so
Yeah.
much more. There was a lot of potential left on the line. Um,
There was a lot of meat on the bone.
yeah, there's a lot of meat on the bone, but from what we did get from each character was spectacular, and the characters we got a lot of by default was spectacular as well. You know what I'm saying? But going over to Bleach, Bleach cast is pretty deep too. It's not
Yeah.
Naruto deep, but it's deep. You know what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying?
even say that. Like, it's low key just as deep for when you want to talk about characters that actually matter. Like, mm,
Characters that matter, yes. Characters in general, no.
I mean, they have a whole ass. They have factions. Like, Naruto has 5 major factions. Bleach has like 3 major factions, but I would say the factions are arguably just as deep. Like when you combine them all, like I would say the Soul Reaper faction as a whole is bigger than any village as one. It'll probably be like 2 villages to compare.
Characters with names.
We're talking about nah. If we're saying characters that matter, then nah. I
But
would
that's what I'm
say
saying. Like
five.
with Naruto characters, like not every character with a name is considered a character that matters in Naruto. As unfortunate as it is.
I mean, I can't really just think of that much more characters with names in Naruto than I can with Bleach.
Shit, I can. Shit. But Bleach's characters.
Memorizing them is one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I feel like Bleach's characters, when you want to talk about the totality and the characters that we remember, like their names, for example, their impact overall was greater. Like, I feel like their characters were handled way better when it comes to every character that
Absolutely.
had to have some sort of importance to the story. I feel like they were handled better than Naruto's. Um, Obviously, Naruto, Sasuke, all the Team 7, they have a roster of dope S tier characters, but I feel like Bleach. I feel like Bleach is taking this one when it comes to characters.
See, for me, I will say this: like, Naruto has one of the deepest bags of characters in anime of all time, and that's not just any bag. That's like the purple party size Dorito bags, because there's quality and quantity. Like all of Naruto's generation and the generation before it, Kakashi's generation, as well as some of Jiraiya's generation, outside of the Leaf Village and in it. There's so many amazing characters. There's so many amazing factions in Naruto. Like Naruto did a great job with their characters, even outside of the main cast. Like, truth be told, there's only like 3 animes I can think of that probably did better than Naruto, and 2 of them are probably in the big 3 when you want to talk about that. Like, that's where it's tough. But again, 2 of them are probably in the big 3, and one of them is in this video. When you want to look at Bleach's character cast, it can easily go band for band with Naruto for characters that matter. Like starting with the main characters, it's a tie there. But if you want to say deuterologist, Naruto's deuterologist shits on Bleach. Like whoever you want to say is the deuterologist from Team Ichigo, you're not going to compare to Sasuke.
Yeah,
But the rest of Team Ichigo, Naruto's like, ooh, the females. Bleach's females, like you're
way
not gonna
better.
compare. You're not gonna compare. You're not gonna compare. And then you want to talk about the rest, like you're kind of right. When you want to talk about characters that matter, all of the captains, even the villains, like
Mm-hmm.
they kind of just were handled insanely better. Like it was kind of really just the Naruto, and it was really just the Team 7 show for Naruto, with just amazing characters outside of it.
Yeah, like Naruto, like there were so many amazing characters that were introduced, and they just weren't handled right. Like they just weren't used. Like they could have been used for so much more than they were. Whereas
Yeah,
Bleach, on
it's
the
just
other hand, outside of Team Ichigo, all of those amazing characters are actually utilized. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually
oh
get
yeah.
their time, they get their stories told, they get all of that, they get their action sequences, and it's not just bullshit. Like
It's almost like with Naruto, it was a matter of when you get the ball, just don't fumble, and then you're probably not going to get it back. You just get it for like a mini arc.
yeah, but I'm definitely going Bleach here. If I had to put a number on it, I would probably say, ooh, I was gonna say 65-35, but that sounds kind of crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. I don't know if I could do that.
Shit.
I probably go 55-45 again.
Okay. For me, like, ooh, you know, the more I think about it, there's really only a like I can only count on one hand the amount of animes I would dare say did a better job with the cast than Naruto. It just so happens that one of them is actually in this video. Like, if this was any other anime aside from Bleach or One Piece, or that's really it, or
That's really
unless you
it.
want to say Dragon Ball, like, unless you want to say Dragon Ball, unless you want to say that, and maybe Fairy Tail, but I wouldn't say they did better. It's tough. But if I had to put a number on it, I'm really big on how amazing Bleach did with the characters that mattered, like all of the captains, all of the lieutenants. Like, Naruto has amazing characters, but they really just had their time to shine, and that was it. When you want to talk about the main cast outside of Team 7, I can't say they were necessarily utilized the same way the captains were. Like, when you want to talk about the quality of the characters, it's there for both sides easily. Like, easily. But when you want to talk about the quantity, it's kind of more favored towards Bleach. And if you want to really look into the quality, it's kind of more favored towards Bleach too. Like, if you had to make a top 10 favorites, you're probably gonna have more Bleach characters filling it up. Like, that just goes to show you how amazing Bleach was. But if I had to put a number on it, especially for when you want to talk about how the characters impacted me outside of the main characters, because Ichigo and Naruto impacted me the exact same. So if I had to put a number on it, I would probably, I'm kind of the same boat as last time, 53-47.
Let us know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we're on the same side for this one if you've seen both, but still, let us know. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling with the characters between Naruto and Bleach?
Hell yeah, because like I said, both Naruto and Ichigo left a huge impact on us. Just to bleed into the very next finger of that relatability. When you want to talk about the relatability of both of these animes, not just from the characters, but from the world itself, it's through the roof. Like, you don't have to go digging for it. It's on a silver platter for both. Just starting with Naruto, like, Naruto's relatability is amazing, especially in the main character himself. Like, this nigga is this nigga shit is just so relatable. Like, watching the trials and tribulation that he faces as a jit with really no one in his corner is kind of just admirable. Just knowing that he didn't never faltered, and even as people slowly began to get in his cult or get in his corner, watching him shift his focus from always gonna chase after his dream as well as reach out for anyone who needs a hand. I think it was just amazing to see. Like, I kind of said it before many times, but Naruto himself taught me the principle of unconditional love. Like, I would say it's very relatable in that aspect. And then you want to keep going, like Sasuke, the popular loner, if you will. There's a lot of relatability aspects in him as well. Kakashi, like, we just did the top 10 soldiers video. Truth be told, Kakashi was on it and so was Naruto, but Gara, Haku, there's so many characters, Itachi, there's so many characters that are easily classified as soldiers. Even niggas like Zabuza, just because there's so much just real niggas in the characters in Naruto, especially when you want to talk about the world itself. But then you want to shift over to Bleach. Oh man, the relatability is through the roof. But it's really mostly through the roof in Ichigo. I will say, if you want to talk about finding relatability in characters, there's a lot of relatability in the Bleach characters, but it's way more relatable in the Naruto characters because they're more human. The Bleach
Hmm.
characters, a lot of them are monsters, and Bleach is kind of more like Dragon Ball, where it's more of a fight heavy show. It's just they have a huge storyline, and every character has a story. Like, that part is relatable. Every character has a story, but when you actually look at their stories, I wouldn't say it's the same type of relatability as Naruto. There's characters that have it, like Orihime, Rukia, who's the best female. in anime, or at least one of them, Ichigo. But again, if you want to go character for character, Naruto definitely takes that. But when you want to look at the relatability from the world aspect, that's kind of where I feel like Bleach kind of slights Naruto just a little bit, just because Bleach is more on a darker tone. A lot of people stray away from Bleach just because out of the big three, just because it's more darker. But the reality is, it's just a little bit more mature, and the reality of that is because it's a little bit more relatable. But that's only for when you want to talk about anime world as itself, not necessarily just the characters. But when you want to talk about relatability as a whole, it's definitely close.
Hell yeah, that's definitely close. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to the characters, I'm right there with you. I definitely think that Naruto's characters are more relatable, just because it's like the relatability is not hard to find. You don't got to search for it. It's on a silver platter for you. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of characters. Whereas Bleach, it's definitely there in damn near every character, but you got to do a little bit more digging for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still there though in abundance.
It's there.
But I would edge that to Naruto just because you don't got to do no searching for it. It's literally in your face. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the world itself, I would probably edge that to Bleach by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel
See,
like the Bleach world, kind of like you said, that darker tone. But even just even just going off of that, like the world is in a place where this is kind of applies to both shows, which is what makes it close. But the tone in Bleach itself, even the vanilla scenes in Bleach, is still relatable in that aspect to where not everything is just a joke when they're not fighting for their lives. Like there's still some serious undertones and things like that. Um, Naruto has it too, but I feel like Bleach had it a little bit more. But I
see,
feel like that one's close.
I thought it was close, but the more I'm thinking about it, the same way how Naruto runs away with relatability in characters, I'm starting to think Bleach runs away with relatability in the world. And the reason why I say that, I mean, on one hand, it's not really that fair, but Ichigo deadass is a high schooler. Like, these niggas are deadass in the real world. Like, they go to Soul Society or they go to Hueco Mundo, but when you actually consider it, like Karakura Town, like that shit looks like it's in Japan somewhere.
Pretty sure
Like
it is.
I probably, like probably, but the more you think about it, eh, just off design wise, at least world wise, maybe that's a huge factor in why Bleach is relatable. Like Ichigo's world itself is more relatable than Naruto's world. I'll say that.
Yeah, like I mean, they were literally Ichigo was literally just a high school student that just so happened to be able to see spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like
Who keeps having to face bullshit that he didn't ask for,
literally, like,
but rises to the occasion.
and then
Like,
even throughout this, like when they came back from
whew,
the Soul Society after saving Rukia, what's the first thing they did? They went to school, nigga. Like it's literally the real world. Like they were back in
it's the
reality.
and when you think about it, that goes right back to why Ichigo's amazing because Ichigo keeps having to face problem after problem after problem, but he always rises to the occasion. And his theme is literally there's no greater obstacle than yourself. And again, Ichigo is literally living in the real world. All of that shit is extremely relatable to our real world. Like, oof. But again,
Damn.
Naruto runs away with it and the relatability with every character.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn. It's like one's run away on one side, the other runs away on the other.
Yeah. Like if I had to come off the fence here because I was definitely on it, I would probably lean Naruto
Whew.
just because it's literally everywhere in so many characters. Like I feel like the world in Bleach is definitely more relatable than Naruto, but the fact that you can literally look at any Naruto character that's on the screen and find something relatable about them is like, mm.
See, see, for me, it's like I wasn't on the fence. I was actually leaning towards Naruto, but I just climbed up on the fence because I don't know why. I just hear the Bleach music playing in my head. Nothing can be explained. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Just the themes, the messages, the speeches. Oh my god. But you could say that for
You can say
both.
that for both, yeah.
You could say that for both, but it goes right back to how it resonates with you, I think. Like, bruh, Zangetsu, but then there's Jiraiya. Like, Jiraiya's a whole ass anime Uncle Iroh out here. But at the same time, Zangetsu is the sleeper top 10 anime sensei. Like,
Yeah.
very sleeper, very sleeper. Like nigga, his words are bullets. Everything he told Ichigo was just real shit, and everything that Ichigo got told from around him was real shit. Nigga, Ichigo's hollow told him real shit about instinct. I almost memorized the entire speech. Urahara taught that nigga real shit about killing. Like, nah, nigga. Like when you fight, you either fight to kill or you fight to protect. But like, nigga, you will slime. Like Kenpachi was drilling real shit. Like you got to do a little bit of more digging in Bleach. But damn it, it's not just gold. It's diamonds. It's
Hell yeah.
diamonds. And that digging is only because you got to do more digging in the characters because they're all badass. But that's kind of just like real life in a way. Like a lot of people come off, the more hardcore people come off, the more you got to kind of dig into them a little bit.
Yeah, but then them Naruto characters too, like Pain had a whole ass Doflamingo justice speech. Like
Yeah.
Rock Lee with his backstory, like
Ooh, I wish he didn't say that.
this shit, like these, like it's like every character is like, damn, like it's
Uh,
literally right there in your face. There's no digging required. So for that
yeah.
reason, I'll probably go Naruto.
See, for me, it's almost like which one do you value more? Like relatability and characters, which I think by default comes first, but
Yeah,
then relatability in the world itself. Like, this is tough. I'm gonna go Naruto for relatability, but I would have to say I'm probably I'm probably 52-48 for that one. Like I really, it burns me to not say Bleach for relatability, but I have to say Naruto for that.
yeah. If I had to put a number on it, I'd probably go again 55-45.
Mm.
And I've been kind of spamming that one, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like just the fact that you don't have to like, just like you said, if you dig for the relatability in Bleach, you're literally finding diamonds like pretty much every time. Like wherever
Gotta
you
dig
dig,
like 6 feet for it either.
yeah. But you don't have to dig to find diamonds in Naruto. That shit's on the surface. So it's like, yeah. But hey man, let us know, you know what I'm saying? Which anime is more relatable between Naruto and Bleach? If you hit me. But just moving on to our fourth finger, you know what I'm saying? Scene execution. This one is tricky because they both knocked it out the park.
Oh
Starting with
man.
Naruto. Well, I'm gonna do it both at the same time, but starting with the hype scenes in both. Oh man, I don't even know how to make a decision here. I'm not gonna lie. Like Naruto's hype scenes, they pick the right moments to have the music play and when to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Like Bleach did it too though, but fuck. But like looking at scenes like Naruto's entrance versus Pain, no music
You want to
until
talk
they
about
started doing a
cutting the
little drum
music
shit.
off?
Like, but then on the Bleach side, Aizen
Aizen
caught
stopping.
Ichigo's sword and stopped his theme song. A theme song that has words in it. Aizen cut the shit off. When you want to talk about a hype scene, that definitely boosted it even more than it already was.
When you want to talk hype scenes, like
Ichigo going Vasto Lord,
Bleach is
fucking
full of that.
yeah.
That's the baby Dragon Ball right there.
Rock Lee dropping the weights. You got fucking. When it comes to hype scenes, I'm gonna edge that to Bleach.
M2, like when it comes to hype scenes, I really I don't think that's a runaway, but at the same time, I don't think that's necessarily close. Like this is the big three at the end of the day. So of course it's crazy hype scenes in both. But
Yeah.
nigga, Bleach is realistically the closest to Dragon Ball out of the big three. And the hype scenes, aka the fights too, we'll get to that, but the hype scenes play a large part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely hype scenes. I would go Bleach. Like, it's not really that close, but it's not a blowout.
Still the big three. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a blowout.
But then when you want to go to, let's just jump straight to the fight since we brought it up. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Oh man, this one is tough because when you want to talk about the fight itself and how crazy it gets and how they showed it and how they handled it, Bleach was fucking crazy with it. But at the same time, when you want to look at Naruto, what they did to elevate their fight scenes, the hand signs played a lot into that. You know what I'm
And the
saying?
story writing.
The story writing itself, you know what I'm saying? Um, the hand signs is huge when you want to talk about elevating a scene, like especially in the very beginning with Kakashi copying Zabuza's hand signs. That was like the first indication of what to kind of expect going into Naruto, and then let alone everything else we saw, like the Reaper Death Seal hand sign. People literally memorized the hand signs from that shit just because of how amazing it was and how nice of a touch it was. This one is tricky
See,
because the
as
music too.
music does elevate a fight. I'm glad you say that. Like a lot of people act like music doesn't matter, so they ignore fights with insane rock and roll death metal songs in it. Like, no, nigga, music actually matters in fights.
Yeah.
See, if we're talking fights, I already said it. Bleach is the baby Dragon Ball, but I think Bleach is the second best in the big three when it comes to fights. Even with that, though, I'm still swaying towards Bleach for this video for fights. Like, when you want to talk about Bleach's fights, starting with Ichigo's, all of Ichigo has damn near two or three fights that are in my personal top 10. Like, Ichigo versus Okiura,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as Ichigo versus Byakuya. They're both relatively in my top 10. Then you want to talk about the rest of his fights. They're still amazing, but it's not just Ichigo. Again, Bleach did an amazing job with their characters, and there wasn't meat on the bones. Like, every captain has at least two different 1v1 occasions, which is amazing because there's 12 of them. Then you want to talk about the lieutenants. Every lieutenant got their fights. They probably got two or three different fights. Then that's just the Soul Reaper faction. You go over to, I mean, mostly who they're fighting, but you look at the opponents, like, that helps elevating a fight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
their fights with Espada, their fights with the Arancars, like their fights now with the Quincy's, the thousand year blood war. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
Bleach's fights again. I still think Bleach is the second best in the big three. Y'all can do the math, but I think it's the second best in the big three for fights. but I do think it's the better one for this video. Like, as far as Naruto fights goes, Naruto fights are amazing, and especially the non-Naruto fights. All of Naruto's fights themselves are bangers. Even Naruto versus Kiba had me somewhat like this watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of Naruto's fights are amazing, but even when you want to go outside of Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke, Jiraiya, like every character probably has a signature fight, at least one that you just memorize, that you come straight to your mind. But as far as the fights go, maybe this is more of a testament to power scaling. They go. I feel like the fights are more crazy in Bleach,
Yeah.
and it's not like Naruto covers with story writing because Bleach's story writing in the fights are just as amazing. Like that's kind of where I would have to give it to Bleach. Like I feel like I'm literally watching a Dragon Ball fight with insane story, not just niggas boxing.
Yeah, like I feel like in Bleach the fights there's less stagnation. Like in Naruto fights, a lot of it is dialogue. A lot of it is saying what my jutsu does and that type of thing. To the point where niggas made memes out of it. And that's not a knock to it. It kind of elevates what actually happened so we know everything. But at the same time, when you look at the Bleach fights, it's high paced. Niggas is flying around, smacking
They're
the shit
killing.
out of niggas, launching nuclear blasts. Like,
They're
it's
literally trying
crazy.
to kill each other. They're not just fighting.
Yeah, like I would give it to Bleach too. Now, when you want to talk about music, and this is not just for
Hold
fights,
on.
this is in general, which makes this
Yeah, I
harder.
know. Ooh. Ooh, because we did the top 10 OST, and I remember what everyone's ones and twos were.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie. Naruto's sad music is literally iconic. Like, you can just hear the music and not see anything on the screen and still feel some type of way. That's how hard that soundtrack goes when you want to talk about sad scenes. Like, then you flip over to the Bleach side. Ichigo's soundtrack has words. Nobody else, no other main character that I have seen, their theme song has words in it. Like, you can literally sing that. It's a literal song. And it fits him perfectly. And the usage of it is perfect. Like, then you want to talk about nothing can be explained. The usage of it, the timing of it, like, how hard it hits in general in the moment. I feel like as hard as Naruto's soundtrack goes, as sad as that sad theme goes, and there's a lot of other characters in Naruto that have dope themes too, like Madara, you know what I'm saying, Orochimaru. They have nice themes as well, but
Yeah.
I feel like Bleach slightly edges low key.
For soundtrack?
Yeah.
See, I'm right there with you, but it's close.
Yeah, it's close for sure.
Like for those of you who haven't seen the video, go search through our playlist. I'm not sure if it's on this video or this channel, but we did the top 10 anime OST, and my top four in no order was Bleach, Naruto, AOT, and we'll come back to that. But those were my top three: AOT, Naruto, and Bleach. And when you want to talk about Bleach and Naruto, it's deep. You could go band for band with the soundtrack. Like that shit is just amazing. It's just amazing songs on both sides. Amazing characterized themes. Itachi's theme, Sai's theme, Danzo's theme, like Sadmir, openings, intros, outros. Like Naruto has it all. Like Naruto literally has it all. Akatsuki themes, Madara's themes, Hidan's themes. Like it's all crazy. Even the characters that are ass have amazing themes.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you want to go over to Bleach, it's the exact same. The war themes, the battle themes, treachery, invasion, nothing can be explained.
The
Like
Espada themes, like,
the spotted themes, the intros, the outros, like whoo, this one is insanely close. but I would have to give it to Bleach for soundtrack.
Yeah, like it's really like really close, like 51-49 type close for me. Like, cause them Naruto things be slapping, like literally all of them. But at the same time, you can say the same thing for Bleach. But I feel like the difference, like the biggest difference, is I feel like the timing was great for both. I think Bleach did it a little better when you want to talk about when they used each of their soundtracks. Like, they didn't use it every single time for like every time a character did something that was cool or dope or sad or whatever the case. But every time they did use it, it hit. Like, it was almost like we were starved of it, so when it came up, it hit harder. I feel like
Hell yeah.
for Naruto, it was every time we saw that character, we got the theme. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like after a certain point, it's like, still gas, but we just heard it 2 episodes ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not really a knock to Naruto. It's more of a plus for Bleach, I would say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But when you want to talk about vanilla scenes, I'm not gonna lie. Unless it's a filler, Naruto really doesn't have that many vanilla scenes.
Yeah,
But when
it's
they
just
do
kind
have
of
them, they be hidden. They be hidden. I ain't gonna lie. Like, especially when you want to talk about some of my favorite vanilla scenes in Naruto with when he was with Jiraiya. Gotta love those. You know what I'm saying? When you want to talk
yeah.
scene execution in those vanilla scenes, I feel like they hit more so because of how amazing the characters were than anything else. Like, we were just in love with the characters. And it's kind of the same for both in that regard, but I feel like Bleach, uh, their little derpy soundtrack in the background kind of helped with that, and just the vibe of it, like, and it also helped the vibe itself when it comes to Bleach, just because of it being a lot of the vanilla scenes happen on Earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whether it's in Ichigo's room or in the classroom or that type of thing, like the relatability of the sets that they were at when the vanilla scenes happened kind of elevated it. So when it comes to vanilla scenes, I'd probably give that to Bleach too.
Oof. I'm not gonna lie, like it's tough because that last part, what you just said, is what's ringing in my head. The fact that they are literally at school when you want to talk about vanilla scenes, like, ooh, not just for school, but the more you look at what a vanilla scene actually is, it's tough because on Naruto's side, you could say a lot of Naruto's generation has more vanilla scene than plot scenes. Like, you're almost looking at their vanilla scenes and begging for real scenes, which is why you would say you're starved. But on the other side, maybe it's because of how much we love these characters, but the quality of the vanilla scenes in Bleach is just unmatched. Like, seeing the captains fuck around with everyone,
Exactly.
it's literally like Dragon Ball. Like, Dragon Ball's vanilla scenes when you're watching Goku or Piccolo drive a car, it's special because you're watching someone insanely strong do goofy shit. When you watch the white haired nigga or any of the other captains bullshit, when you watch Kenpachi show up to Ichigo's room or any of the other captains pull up to his house, like, you're just like, oh shit. Like,
Literally.
when you watch them all pull up to his school and the group, even if it's the lieutenants, like, you're smiling. Like, Bleach's vanilla scenes go harder, and even the scenes that are just purely Ichigo or Team Ichigo, like, maybe it's because they're human for the most part, kinda Team Ichigo, or living in such a human world that the vanilla scenes just by default hit.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, and especially emphasis on that when the captains pull up just randomly, like Rangiku walking down the street, opening the front door to Ichigo house and shit. It's like, wait, what? Like, because you're not expecting someone of that timing. Like, we see
Yeah,
them in the Soul Society going fucking crazy, and then all of a sudden you're in regular human clothes in Ichigo's house. Like,
yeah, they
it's
treating
such a
that shit,
change of scenery that it hits hard.
especially Uehara's vanilla scenes.
Mm-hmm. That nigga be bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? But overall, when you want to talk about scene execution, they both knocked it out the park, but I think Bleach might have this one.
Yeah, they both emphasized on Aaron Judge was hitting it. Like they both knocked it out the park, but I don't know. It's something about that Bleach swing. Like I think Bleach definitely takes this one. And if I had to put a number on it, I would probably just say I'm probably like
I'm
I
51-49.
I hate to keep saying the same number, but I would have to say I'm 52-48. This is an amazing war.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let us know in the comments, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to scene execution, which side of the fence are you on? Naruto or Bleach? You know?
Hell yeah, especially just diving on into the last finger. Like I'm not gonna lie, creativity. Both of these animes hit it out the park, especially when you want to consider how creative the characters are, especially for Bleach. But even Naruto, when you want to, ooh, even Naruto, when you want to consider how creative the characters are. Oh man. Hold up. Before we go any further, when you want to consider how creative the characters are for Naruto or for Bleach, it's ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
Then when you want to consider how creative the world itself is for both animes, it's ridiculous. Especially when you want to consider just in general how creative it is as a whole. But starting with Naruto, Naruto is insanely creative because it's home to so many different clans and casts. Like every clan is different. Like niggas have different ability. The Hyugas, the Uchihas, the Sharingans, the Byakugans, the different Kekkei Genkais, all the different jutsus. Like every character has a bag, even if it's a Dorito bag or if it's a Frito bag, if it's a party size bag or not. Like they have a bag. If it's a book bag or a duffel bag, niggas have a bag. Like it's all creative at that. Like that shit is amazing. But even when you want to stay on the characters and go over to Bleach, niggas have bankais. Like let alone, I'm pretty sure everyone's sword and ability, if you understand the name and get it to roar, is by default a different sword.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a different Zanpakuto. Everyone has a different Bankai. Everyone in Bleach has different abilities while still sharing the same basic abilities like the flash step and the other shit. Like you can do a Hito and all that other shit. Like, mm. When you want to look at characters, I could really go either way for creativity. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I can too. I ain't gonna lie. Like Naruto, the different Kekkei Genkais in the clans is such a nice touch. Like adding something special because the whole cast is just human niggas that move like astronomically fast and jump super high and are super strong. But they're all human. But what makes them special is the chakra natures that you can have, that mix and match. You can only have like a certain chakra nature for a certain character. Uh, there's so many
Oof.
different abilities that they can do. Not every character can do the same things. Like you can say the same for Bleach with that too, but just in general, like the different chakra nature, the different jutsus they can use, like the different fighting styles, the drip different. Like there's so much that's unique about Naruto characters. But then on the Bleach side, you got whole
It's tough.
different races that treat each other like they're whole different species. Like the Quincy's, the Soul Reapers, the humans. There's whole three different races in Bleach. You know what I'm saying? You got a dog nigga running around. Like then you got your Zanpakuto, your Shikai, your Bankai. Like the different abilities that come with it. The Quincy abilities that are broken as hell. Like there's so much that so many different characters can use. The Espada being able to transform. Like this is tough. If I had to come off the fence when it comes to the characters and how creative they are, I'd probably give that to Bleach just because there's different races too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like let alone the Espada are like basically spirit niggas that can box. You know what I'm
And all
saying?
the weapons, like niggas don't. It's not like everyone is just using a sword in Bleach. Like you have look at Soifon's weapon. Like there's so many different abilities and weapons in Bleach. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of right there with you. For characters, I would have to give it to Bleach, but I don't think it's by much.
Yeah, it's not by much. It's not by much. Like I feel
Like
like that's like the deciding factor for me is like the whole there's different races like the Quincy Soul Reaper humans. Whereas in
yeah,
Naruto everybody's human. I feel like that's the biggest deciding factor for me because they both killed everything else when it comes to characters, like literally everything else. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I would
And
give
when
that
you
one to Bleach for sure.
then you want to talk about how creative the anime world is, like it's tough because Naruto itself is one of the most creative and slept on worlds. Like the five different villages, how they structured it, the hidden villages, and etc. I would say is extremely creative, and just how it's set up. But especially Bleach, like I'm not gonna lie, Bleach is insanely creative for its world, especially for how they connected the human world to outer space to etc. to Soul Society, Hugo Mundo. Like it's three different worlds in one. Like it starts with our world, but it has two different anime worlds connected. Like Ichigo enters two different isekais, different. He enters two different worlds, like two different times.
Yeah, like starting with Naruto, when you want to talk about the Naruto world, they literally created it from scratch. Like if you look at the map of the Naruto world and how the five villages are set up and everything, like they created all of that from scratch. There's no map you can look at to where it looks like that. You know what I'm saying? All the villages, how the borders are set up and everything. Let alone the shit in the world. Like you got the tail beasts. Uh like that type of shit is completely original, you know what I'm saying? But when you want to talk about Bleach's world, they took the regular world taking place in Japan and expanded it so much they literally added layers to the regular world. Like they added the Soul Society, they added Hueco Mundo. They literally have the Quincy world overlapping the Soul Society. Like they have so many layers to the world.
Hell
So
yeah.
if I had to say which one, ooh, I'm kind of leaning Bleach again.
I am too. I am too. And I guess that kind of just means when you want to talk creativity, Bleach kind of takes this one too. Like, oof. If I had to put a number on it, I'm probably gonna have to say 53-47, and I would have said 51-49, but for me, the creative world takes like Bleach's world is what makes it run away with it, for my opinion.
Yeah,
Like just the characters, I could go either way. I could still go either way. But when you want to talk about the world as a whole, I'm taking Bleach.
yeah, I'm taking Bleach too. Like even and going back to characters for Naruto, like even the Jinchurikis, there's so much creative shit about the Naruto world and about the characters that's amazing. But I feel like Bleach, like everything that they did had so many layers and so many variations in it. Like from weaponry to your species, your race. Like they have hollows running around in the world. Like Bleach,
Oh
Bleach
man.
became so creative when it comes to the world that I thought hollows were gonna be the main opponent in the entirety
Bro,
of Bleach.
and the hollows evolved to the Arankars.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you want to talk about creativity, the more you actually dissect Bleach, I think it's a little bit more creative by a good amount. It never mind, but it's definitely the second most creative in the big three. Hobo's called it the first. Whew. That would
Yeah, if I had to put a number on it, I'm right there with you. I'll go 53-47.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, Damn. Just off of that, that's the five fingers. What was the tally count? Story writing was a tie.
Uh,
Characters was Bleach.
uh,
Relatability, what was that?
that was Naruto.
That was Naruto. Scene execution was Bleach, and
Creativity,
creativity
Bleach.
was Bleach. So it was 3-1 to 1.
Yeah.
Damn. So based off the five fingers of death, that means Bleach is officially better. But that's just the five fingers of death. Let us know in the comments which one you think is better. But just swaying away from the five fingers and going into personalized, which one would you say do you think personally is the better anime?
See, I love both, and if we weren't doing a video right now, I'd say they're fucking tied. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ab- Absolutely.
But when I made my top 10, I put Naruto in front. Now, they're both amazing, and I feel like Naruto has a slight edge in that regard when it comes to me personally, just because as the first anime I ever watched, it holds a special place, and it hit me different than any other anime since has, just because it was the very first. Well, not every single anime, but most other anime have since, just because it was the very first one I watched. So all the scenes, all the crazy shit that happened hit me 10 times harder. It was my first experience with some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's really close between the two. They're both in the big three for a reason, but if I had to choose one to say was better, I would say Naruto.
Okay. Okay. See, I'm right there with you, but at the same time, I'm on the other side. Like, I'm right there with you for when you want to say they're really close. Like, for me, One Piece is by default my number one, like right here.
Yep.
But at the same time, Bleach and Naruto is like 1A. They're both 1B for
I've
me.
literally flip flopped so many times which one's better.
Like I flip flopped so many times. I could go either way, but truth be told, especially after this video, I'm leaning towards Bleach. Like I think Ichigo himself plays a huge part in that, just because my attachment to him. But I could really go either way. Like Naruto's amazing to me, and so is Bleach. But I think Bleach just kind of hits me a little bit more personally, just because the themes in it. Like just off of that, I would have to give it to Bleach.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
hey man, let us know in the comments how are you feeling, because that was the anime war between Bleach and Naruto. You almost hate to do it, but as you can see from looking around at our fucking walls, looking around at our drip, we are huge stands of the big three. Like we are huge stands of the big three, but at the end of the day, this war was long overdue, and we have more coming. So let us know in the comments what's the next war you want to see, and yeah, vice versa. Let us know how you feel about every category we talked about, and just which anime do you think is better, Bleach or Naruto?
Hell yeah. Definitely let us know, you know what I'm saying? But hey man, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more wars on the way. You feel me? Make sure you hit the bigger subscribe button if you haven't already. And turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss our next anime wars or any of our other special videos. We drop straight bangers on this channel. So make sure you guys tap in with us. With that being said, make sure you guys click on our description. There'll be two links waiting for you. One will take you to all of our socials, Sons of
Yes,
Tokyo,
sir.
on every platform. The other one will take you to our Discord.
Come on in.
Come on in, you know what I'm saying? Join that Discord. Come vibe out with us, talk about anything anime, not anime, sports, movies, it don't matter. But yeah man, with that being said, SOT out.